Hi, everybody. Dan Illman, Mike Beer, race number 9 at Churchill Downs on Saturday. A graded stakes race for 2-year-olds around 2 turns. Here's the field for the Iroquois. We're going 1 mile and a 16th. $300,000 is the purse. It's a full field, Mike. We're going to start to separate the men from the boys now, as some of these connections I'm already sure are Derby dreaming.
Yeah, I'm sure they are. It's all about distance at this point. Most of them, anyway, have shown what they can do over shorter distances, and now it's all about who can stretch out.
Steve Asmussen has a very strong hand in this race with the 6 Stellar Town, the 9 Gun Town. We throw up the Timeform US pace projector. Stellar Tap the 6. This was the horse that broke the record for Asmussen at Saratoga for lifetime victories. Very impressive sprint winner and the pedigree to stretch.
Yeah, true enough. I mean, this horse was a very impressive winner first time out, and he did it going 7 furlongs, which, as a first-time starter is another feather in his cap, I guess, Dan. I'll tell you what, he didn't take a ton of money in there, but, leading up to that race, the word was kind of out on this horse that he could run.
I wouldn't be surprised if Roger McQueen, the 3, shows some good speed stretching out for the first time. That's a 2-time winner and a stakes winner as well. The pace should be solid to strong. The 1 is Tough to Tame, a 2-time winner who won his dirt debut at Indiana Grand last time out. He beat a couple of next out winners, Mike, but he's still taking a pretty big step up in class.
He is, and I respect the fact that he's won 2 races in a row. Boy, he's stepping way up. He's also stretching way out there, and he hasn't gone beyond 5.5 furlongs yet. So he's got a lot on his plate here. It's not like he has, some huge pedigree to stretch out, although a couple of his siblings were route runners on the dirt.
Lucky Boss, the number 2, a maiden winner at 1 mile, and Roger McQueen, the 3, they faced off in the Ellis Park Juvenile on August the 15th. We're going to watch that race right now. And Roger McQueen, a $530,000 purchase, a son of Unified, digs down deep. He's in between horses right now, and he's going to get the better of Lucky Boss. Game performance for Roger McQueen, who's done little wrong.
Yeah, he digs in here. He's going to hold up. That's Lucky Boss right to his outside there. The 3 just can't get to him and can't get by him. The horse that's trying to split them there was the favorite. Might have gotten a little unlucky there, Dan, and maybe would have won the race with a clean run. But either way, I thought Roger McQueen ran well. I thought Lucky Boss ran well. He was cutting back in that race. Now he's going to stretch back out.
I think the key for Roger McQueen is the distance. Unified, he could go 1 mile, maybe a little bit further. I think he was best going 7. He was a very fast horse. This one out of a DeWildcat mare. It'll be very key to see if he can stretch his speed. Lucky Boss, again, Mike mentioned he won at the mile, and he just seems to be improving with each start. The 4 is Strike Hard. This is a son of Flashback who goes out for a trainer that doesn't have too many horses, but does well with the horses that he does have. Matthew Williams sent out Strike Hard to the second out victory, going a 1-turn mile at Gulfstream. Here's Strike Hard. This is a respectable buyer speed figure, Mike. A 78 for Strike Hard. Didn't need to change leads to do it.
Yeah, I mean, listen, the 78 puts him on par with the likely favorite Interstellar Tap. We'll see if the figure proves to be predictive or not. Dan, I had a tough time deciding what to do with this horse. I know he's fast enough to win. I don't know. I wasn't that taken with that win that we just watched there. It didn't look like there was anybody running behind him. He didn't change leads in the stretch. What do you think of it?
I thought it was an okay performance. You got to like the fig. The question is, He was 2-5 that day. I'm not sure he beat anything. And I think going 2 turns against this type of competition, he's going to have to switch leads if he's going to beat these horses. Don't want to knock him too much. He's going to be between 10-15 to 1, I think, at post time. Magnolia Midnight is up next, and he won his dirt debut second time out. It was an off-turf race at Colonial. Showed some tactical speed that day. He drew off in the stretch to win as much the best. I just don't like the field he beat at all.
Yeah, I don't either. A race that was rained off the grass. I feel like he wasn't beating anything, Dan. Certainly he took a little bit of a step forward. Maybe he can do that again. He's another one stretching way out in distance for this.
Here's the record-setting winner for Asmussen, Stellar Tap's career debut, as Mike mentioned, at the demanding debut distance at 7/8 of a mile. The son of Tappet was involved in a little bit of a pace dispute. Let's watch Stellar Tap turning into the stretch. Involved in a little bit of a pace dispute with a favorite that Brigadier General might be a little bit overrated, let's be honest. But still, at the end of the day, Stellar Tap puts that horse in the rearview mirror and goes on to a very, very professional score, beat a couple next out winners.
Yeah, he's just really impressive here. You're right that the horse that was favored there that he was dueling with probably just isn't that good. But still, that horse had already had a race. He had experience. He showed improved speed in here. This horse just went with him. You saw how easily he put him away. I love the way he finished the race off, Dan. I mean, he wasn't getting tired in the final furlong of that race. He ran really well. The horse that was gaining on him in second there returned to win his next start impressively over a distance of ground. I don't know. There's a lot to like about this horse.
A horse that might appreciate more distance is the 7 Red Knobs, a son of Belmont Stakes winner Union Rag, stretched all the way out from 5.5 furlongs to a mile last time out. It was an off-turf race. Not sure about the quality of horses he beat. He won very easily. The 4th horse came back to be a runner-up on turf at Kentucky Downs with a 57 buyer.
Yeah, I'd be concerned that he didn't beat a lot there and that it just didn't come back a fast race. That being said, I thought he looked pretty good winning it, Dan. I do think the distance is okay for this horse. And he's just the kind of horse who, if he's a big price, maybe you try to get him in there somewhere, because it kind of feels like Dale Romans has a pretty good record with horses like this, whether they go on and turn out to be, pretty good or not down the road. It feels like in these kinds of races, he has these horses ready to go.
The 8 Major General, the 11 Bourbon Heist, come out of a common race at Saratoga on August the 21st. We're going to take a look at that effort right now. Major General showing good speed, a son of Constitution. He's in the green cap in between horses. It looks like Bourbon Heist on the outside now in the red cap has got all of the momentum, and they're going to come together at around the 16th pole. And Mike, when Bourbon Heist bumped into Major General, I think it made Major General very angry and very determined.
Yeah, it didn't knock him back onto his right lead, but it did get him to come back and fight his way to a nice victory there. Listen, Bourbon Heist, to me, I can't take him out of that race, Dan. To me, that's 2 races in a row where he got there at the end and didn't get by. Major General, on the other hand, I thought he did a lot of good things in there, because we just showed you the stretch one where he took on a final challenge and fought back, but he took pressure up the backstretch. He took on another challenger around the turn. He put that horse away, and then he put Bourbon Heist away again at the end of that race. This horse did some good things first time out.
Both horses earned a 77 buyer. I would expect good speed from Major General, a $420,000 son of Constitution. He's a contender to be sure. Bourbon Heist, kind of agree with you right now. Got a little bit of hang in him and is going to have to deal with a tough outside post. A horse with perhaps all the upside potential, and a horse to keep an eye on is the 9 Guntown. Why? Look at the pedigree. He's a son of Gunrunner who's having a sensational first crop. He's a half to Untappable. He's a half to Patio Prado, and he's already won at a mile. 73 buyer speed figure for this effort at Ellis Park. This is a horse to keep an eye on.
He is. He runs pretty well in here. I mean, I don't know if this was a good field or not. It doesn't seem like it was. He and the runner up there were on the pace together. Nobody really made up any ground on them, but he won easily, pulling away at the end. And even his debut, Dan, to me, is a better effort than it looks. He got bumped hard at the start of that race, and then he was in a little bit of traffic. Once he got clear in the stretch, he started making up ground pretty quickly.
Nice to see Jimmy Toner with a promising 2-year-old. He has the 10 husband material, well-bred son of American Pharaoh. And this horse might have gotten a little bit of a break in an off-turf race last time out, only facing 2 other horses. But as we watch the stretch drive, when you win by 20, you really don't need that many breaks. 62 buyer speed figure. And I like that Toner, who's a conservative horseman, is throwing this horse into the deep end here.
Yeah, I kind of like that too. It's interesting that they're going to run him in this race. Obviously, he's got a lot to prove here. And you just sort of feel like the competition is going to get way, way steeper. But this horse did win by as much as he pleased last time.
And we talked about Bourbon Heist when finishing second to Major General. Going to have to improve a little bit from that will to win standpoint. Maybe the 2 turns will help him, but this is a tough post position. We take a look at our top picks for the Grade 3 Iroquois. We both like Stellar Tap's debut at Saratoga. I think he's going to get close to the pace, and he shouldn't have an issue with the distance. And it's only an incremental stretch out in distance from 7 to a mile and a 16th.
Yeah, I like that about him too. He just looks like a really nice 2-year-old Dan up at Saratoga. So we'll see if he can take the next step here and stretch his speed out. If he does, I think he's going to be really hard to beat. I went Asmussen 1-2. I didn't really want to dismiss the Pletcher horse too much, the 8 Major General, but I'm going to stick with the 2 Asmussens in here.
6-9-8-7 for Mike, 6-4-8-11 for me. We'll see if Stellar Tap can keep it rolling for the Asmussen barn in the Grade 3 Iroquois, one of 3 graded races at Churchill on Saturday. Good luck.